What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Krusty video. And we had some luck during early goose season. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Michael, for inviting me out. So we got 4 geese here, breasted out. We're gonna do some trimming, and then we're gonna we're gonna start the curing process for some goose pastrami. So Kenny LeGrand, the other co-host to the Krusty Kast, has been making us goose pastrami since we started goose hunting out of the MeatEater cookbook. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to film the process from the curing process all the way to the smoking process and show you guys how easy it is. And it's some of the best tasting, I don't want to say meat, but it's the best tasting way almost to make goose, in my opinion, other than jerky. So we're going to go ahead and try it. We're going to give back some of the guys who took us on the hunt, give them a breast or so, and we're going to see what happens. So the cure is pretty simple. Some garlic, it calls for brown or dark brown sugar. We have light, and that's fine. Coriander, pepper, black pepper, Morton's Tender Quick, which is so hard to find. If you want to do this, order this ahead of time off Amazon, because that's what I had to do. Onion powder, as well as some thyme. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna trim it up, rinse them off, trim them up, vac seal them with the rub on, and then the next process will be putting the actual seasoning on. So we're gonna cut to getting the rub put on. I'm gonna wash these and trim these. I don't think you guys care to watch that. So we're gonna skip to putting the cure on. Alright, so we got the goose rinsed off, trimmed up, and we also have our cure mixed up. So what is in the cure? This is a dying question that even I forget. So we got a 1/4 cup of Morton's Tender Quick. So everything I've done, I did a triple batch because I got a lot of meat to do. So everything's a triple batch. So this is just for a single batch. So a 1/4 cup of Morton's Tender Quick, a 1/4 cup of ground black pepper, 1/4 cup of dark brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of garlic, 2 teaspoons of ground coriander, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, and 2 teaspoons of dried thyme. So that's what I have all mixed up in here. Hopefully you can see that. Can I get a nod from the camera lady? You can see it? Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the breasts, put them in this pan to keep the mess away, cover them real nice and good, and then put them in these vac seal bags and vac seal them right away. So we'll start the process, I guess. And this is the first time I've done it, so there's no real rhyme or reason to do this. It's just cover it and try not to make a big mess. And I'm glad I did a triple batch, because there's a lot of meat to cover here. And I mean, this is a cure, so you want to cover your meat pretty well. Trying to get it all the way covered. Okay, there's one done. Kind of like the jerky process, except we don't have to grind everything and mix it. Now we just skip the grinding process. Alright, so these two are good and covered. I don't know if you can see that in the camera well, but good and covered all around. And now we're going to put them in the vac bags. So I don't know how I'm going to do this. We're probably going to make a mess here. One, I could probably do, we'll just keep it to 2. So yes, we're wasting some vac bags today, but that's all right. Oh boy. This stuff is sticky, let me tell you. Rinse my hands off real quick. My dad taught me this trick, is to always have napkins on standby, and it's working out. So, nice and covered in the vac bags, our vac bag to go. Bring it down. A lot of air. Sealant. And boom. There's one pack of pastrami that is vac sealed and curing as we speak. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do the rest of these bags because it's just gonna be the same process over and over. I'm sure you guys don't wanna watch all that. And then we'll come back when we are done and we'll go from there. So we'll get to it. All right, so we got 4 individual packs of pastrami now. Now, I would say for that recipe, it is the serving size, I should say, so the 1/4 cup of whatever, the teaspoon, tablespoon, whatever the measurements I said were, do that for each goose. That lasted me, I did a triple batch, and it lasted me 3 geese, so 6 boobs. I had to make up some more, and I ran out of black pepper, so I used cumin, which I guess is an alternative to pepper, as the internet said. So we'll see how that one goes, but it's marked, and we'll see. So now we'll let these cure for about 1.5 days, 2 days, and we'll smoke them. And when we come back, we will be putting on the rub, putting them in the smoker, and then we're gonna try it. So we'll pick up there. Alright, we are back with the goose pastrami, and it has been curing for about 1.5 days, 2 days. We put it in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's about 2.5 days. So, as you can tell, it is a lot more liquidy. All that liquid got drawn out and very firm. From what I read, is you want to get it to a jerky-ish texture. Let's see, sorry, I need a knife to cut her open. And then you rinse it off, and we're going to put the actual rub on. So, it says to rinse off all the cure. Oh yeah, that is definitely firm. The camera lady is giving me a look right now. Hey camera lady, could you open the trash can? Oh, never mind. She's giving me a nasty look, which is normal for the camera lady. And we're just gonna go ahead and rinse it all off. That's all we're gonna do. I didn't think about using this strainer as it's catching a lot of the seasoning. So we're probably going to have to dump that out here in a second. But, I'm going to zoom in on this. As you can see, this breast has gotten super, super thin now and very firm, like a jerky texture, like a cure should be. So we just got our pan out, we're going to lay them on, and we're going to dry them in a second, but I'm just going to get them all laid out here. So. That. Alright. Let's cut open another bag. I'll show you guys one more bag and then we'll cut this. There. Well, let me tell you, I hope all the seasonings actually were the right measurements. I mean, I followed a recipe which I think was from the MeatEater cookbook, which is the one I've done before. Well, Kenny has done before in the past. I've never actually seen it at this step or felt the meat, so this is all new to me. Now, tell you what, the cure doesn't smell too bad though. It smells pretty decent. The camera lady disagrees. All that stuff off there. And remember, we did run out of black pepper for one of the bags, so I have that marked as cumin, and we will make sure we keep that one separated to see the difference. And I'm sure there will be, but you know, you never know. Definitely see a lot of the silver skin I missed when trying to trim these up. Whoops. Alright. I'm not going to complain about it too much, but alright, that's 2 bags done. We'll do the rest of these bags and we'll come back for when we're actually seasoning them up. Alright, so all of the goose breast is rinsed off, patted to damp, and we're going to start putting the rub on. So what is in the rub? In the same kind of fashion for the cure that we did, is we're doing, this is for 2 boobs, 1 goose. So I doubled, I did 4 of this recipe because I have 4 geese. 3 tablespoons of freshly ground black pepper, 1 teaspoon ground coriander, 1 teaspoon granulated garlic. I use garlic powder. Half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, half a teaspoon of dried thyme. So again, I multiplied each of those by 4. So I did 12 tablespoons of black pepper, 4 teaspoons of ground coriander, 4 teaspoons of granulated garlic. You get the picture. So here's what we got, and honestly, like, it smells peppery, obviously, but it actually doesn't smell too bad. When smelling it and kind of tasting it, there wasn't anything that I thought I needed to add. I did add a little bit of red pepper flakes just for a little bit of heat, but that was really about it. So we're going to go ahead and just start seasoning these. These ones on the white plate are the ones that we cured with cumin instead of black pepper because somebody ran out of black pepper yesterday. Or, what, Monday? Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. And I'm going to pat these off and shake them down, so. Trying not to make a mess in the kitchen so I don't get yelled at by the girlfriend. She's sitting behind the camera giving me a look. Now she's nodding her head that I'm not. And this is going on a lot better than the cure. And honestly, I think I could have used probably a lot less seasoning. So we might be saving this seasoning for another time. But we'll see. We'll see. Not much else I could use this seasoning for, I guess. I mean, more pastrami. I can't really think of anything off the top of my head that would be, you know, it'd be really good in. You might be thinking, you're wasting a lot of seasoning between the goose breasts. You're right, I am. I don't have a shaker bottle. I probably do somewhere, but I didn't think to grab it and use it. So this is how we're doing it. Go. That little bit. Yeah, so I would recommend putting this through a shaker bottle. You would definitely be a little more efficient with the seasoning, I would say. But the seasoning is getting there. Cover up these little patches, rub it all over. A little Salt Bay action in that. Alright, so these ones are covered. Let's do these 2 over here real quick. Ooh, made a mess. Look at that. These seem very thin and very dry, and I mean the last time that, I guess that's what it's supposed to feel like with the cure. I'm hoping I didn't use too much cure to dry it out, but here's the thing, you live and you learn. If I don't like this recipe, well, good thing I got these geese in early season and I'll have more to try on next. So, okay. These are now seasoned. So what we're gonna do now is get the smoker ready. I'm gonna throw these in the fridge, and then the next time you'll see us, they'll be throwing the smoker. I think for the smoker, we're going to try and do, oh, where's the picture I have? 225 degrees for about an hour and a half, anywhere from an hour and a half to 3 hours. I can tell you, these are probably gonna take maybe 2 hours with how dried out they are already. So we'll go get the smoker ready and we'll see you out there. Go. Alright, so the smoker is now lit. We're gonna let it heat up. We're gonna let it get real hot, and then we're gonna cool back down. I found with this smoker, it works if we heat up the metal a lot more first, and then cool it back down to temp. So we'll let that happen. We'll get some water, we'll get the wood chips out here. Alright, so we got her down to about 225. We're gonna go ahead and throw the breasts in. Woo. I'm going to do all of the pepper cure on top. I'll do the cumin cure on a different rack. Yeah, I should have enough. No, okay. Oh. Hey, you stay. River, sit. Oh, River. All right. River. Sorry. No, you're good. All right, so we got all of the pepper cure on top, and the, oh man, that is dark. That is too dark. There we go. All the pepper cure on the top, and the cumin cure on the left side on the bottom. So we'll close this up and come back when it's done. River's getting a little smell. Alright, so the pastrami is done. Now, again, first time making goose pastrami. Kenny is really the master on this. It's fresh, hot, right off the smoker, and it already doesn't feel like Kenny's. But let's slice into it. We'll see how it is. Remember, this is a cured meat. This isn't just a, I'm gonna cut a little chunk off there, and then I'm gonna cut a small chunk, because it's supposed to be sliced. Ooh. Okay, so that looks exactly how it should. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. Cameraman, can we see it? All right. Mm-hmm. It's exactly how it should look. I mean, it's meant for sandwiches. It's meant to be sliced. See how it is. I tell you what, guys. Kenny does it better. Kenny does make a better pastrami, and I will fully admit that. But I will say, goose breast, goose in general, you guys, you can make it delicious. That's a good piece of meat. I'm gonna go ahead and make a sandwich with some sauerkraut, some mustard, some mayo, and I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you guys for tuning in to the whole video of making goose pastrami, and I hope this gives you guys some confidence to making your own goose pastrami and realizing that goose can be really, really good. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next Krusty video.